Baruch Spinoza, 1632 to 1677, also known as Benedict de Spinoza, was a Dutch philosopher of Portuguese Sephardic Jewish origin whose work is one of the most radical and systematic expressions of 17th-century rationalism. His major work, The Ethics, published posthumously in 1677, presents his philosophy in a rigorous, geometric style modeled after Euclid, using definitions, axioms, propositions, and demonstrations. There is only one infinite substance in the universe. This substance is God, or equivalently nature, deus sive natura, God or nature. Everything that exists is either this single substance or a mode, modification/affection of it. Unlike Descartes, who had two finite substances, mind and body, plus God, Spinoza rejects any ontological dualism or pluralism. Thought and extension, mind and matter, are not separate substances but two of the infinite attributes of the one substance. Human beings are not independent substances but finite modes. A mind is a mode of the attribute of thought, and a body is a mode of the attribute of extension. They are two parallel expressions of the same underlying reality. Key propositions. God is absolutely infinite and has infinitely many attributes, of which we know only two: thought and extension. Everything that happens follows necessarily from the nature of God/nature with the same necessity as geometric truths, e.g., the angles of a triangle. There is no free will in the libertarian sense. Human actions are as determined as any other natural event. Pantheism or panentheism. Spinoza is often called a pantheist. God is not a personal, transcendent creator who stands outside the world but is identical with the totality of nature. God does not will things arbitrarily. Divine action is identical with the eternal, necessary laws of nature. This led to his excommunication from the Jewish community in Amsterdam in 1656 and long-standing accusations of atheism, though he distinguished his view from crude atheism. Epistemology and the three kinds of knowledge. Spinoza outlines three levels of knowledge: imagination, first kind sensory experience, opinion, and inadequate ideas based on random encounters. This is the source of error, superstition, and passions. Reason, second kind adequate ideas derived from common notions and the properties of things. This gives us clear, scientific understanding and sees things under a certain species of eternity, subspecie eternitatis. Intuitive knowledge, third kind the highest form, direct intellectual intuition of the essence of things as they follow from God/nature. This leads to the highest blessedness and intellectual love of God. Ethics and human freedom. Despite strict determinism, Spinoza develops a powerful ethics of liberation. Human bondage comes from passive effects, passions, caused by inadequate ideas. We are tossed about like waves on the sea. Freedom is achieved through adequate knowledge. Understanding the causes of our emotions transforms passions into active affects. The highest virtue is the intellectual love of God, amor Dei intellectualis, which is also self-love understood correctly, since we are modes of God. Spinoza's conatus doctrine: every being strives to persevere in its existence. Conatus equals striving/endeavor. Reason directs this striving towards self-preservation through understanding rather than conflict. He advocates a naturalistic morality. Good and evil are not absolute but relative to what increases or decreases our power of acting. Political and religious thought. In the Theological Political Treatise, 1670, Spinoza defends freedom of thought and speech, separation of philosophy and theology. The Bible should be read historically and critically, not as literal divine revelation. Democratic governance as the most natural and stable form of state. Religious toleration. True piety consists in justice and charity, not in dogmatic beliefs. Legacy. Spinoza was largely rejected or ignored in his lifetime and for over a century afterward due to his radical views. He influenced German idealism. Goethe, Schelling, Hegel praised him. Romanticism and 19th-century pantheism. Modern philosophy of mind. Parallelism between mind and body influenced later thinkers. Einstein, who spoke of Spinoza's God as the orderly harmony of existence. Critics often label his system as a cosmism, the world as illusion, or strict determinism, while admirers see it as a profound naturalistic ethics that reconciles human dignity with scientific understanding of the universe as a single, intelligible whole. In short, Spinoza offers a vision of reality as one infinite, necessary, self-causing system in which human beings can achieve genuine freedom, joy, and blessedness precisely by understanding their place within it, not by escaping nature, but by fully inhabiting it through reason and intuition.